I've had +4 in the last 28 days.
I guarantee that if you like post one video, you'll get like a couple thousand subs.
One video, a couple thousand. Okay, well, my
much.
ego loves you for what you just said, but reality doth protest.
Sorry, I forgot to mute the tab. All right, I think we're good.
You can't mute it beforehand.
We're going. We're on.
We are on.
We're there. Yeah.
Yes, we are. I popped out chat into its own window, so I'm gonna try and be seen.
All right, and yeah. In the meantime, everybody, I need you to hear me. I really need you to hear me. And if you do not have something to drink, like I cannot.
Oh man,
I can't. Like I can't let you continue on. Turn the channel off. Go find booze, and then report back.
And if you happen to have access to nitrous oxide, I think that would be helpful as well.
I was about to say, Whippet's probably a good call.
I mean, yeah, you can hydrate too, Crystal. But I mean, on the real, like, do not like.
Real.
You're not going to be able.
You're not ready for this.
Nobody's ready for this.
Nobody's.
I'm not ready for this.
I mean, like, I know, like, what was it last week or the week before, where it was like super duper crazy. We're gonna take that up a notch.
This is
more proudly crazy.
So
yeah.
In the future, this person, assuming that we have them on again, which seems to be a 99.99% chance, I might always like die in a car accident or something. That's always possible. There will probably be bingo in the future, not tonight, but in the future for this person.
Yeah. But no, did we get rated? There's a lot of people here. I don't. God, 17. I don't do that on my own. Thanks, Ember.
I kind of pumped it up in departing the Skeptic Haven stream this evening. So I hope
fantastic.
That perhaps.
All right. So this evening we are doing Bdell.
Real quick. Yes. Get your booze. Like, this is like concentrated stupid, and I know that sounds like hyperbole, but
especially given this channel,
it's
and this show.
I know that alcohol is supposed to kill brain cells, but like you can't. I know all of you. I love you dearly. You're gonna try to make sense out of this, and it's gonna damage more brain cells than just drinking and laughing at it. So I implore you, but. It's the last day. You're adults. You can do what you're going to do. Doc, what are you doing?
I was just getting the whiteboard ready. This is unrelated, but it does equals mind control.
I might need to.
Yeah. So I was just doing that, but let us start. So we got
a double dose of. We've got a double dose of whiteboard tonight. Did you see that?
Wait, hold on. Steph, are we double teaming with the whiteboards?
I don't know. There's so much to cover. I'm not really sure, but
we got to stop teasing the audience, though. I'm gonna.
We have a whiteboard fetish, and
but I've still got the elephant, so
you've got to show it off. Come on.
What?
Like, some people have a feet fetish. Some people have a whiteboard fetish. You got to show off the whiteboard, lady.
The whiteboard.
Not the black elephant.
You know what? I'm kind of concerned that of where my whiteboard markers have gotten to, but I'll find them here. See, whiteboard.
Beautiful.
Whiteboard. We have two whiteboards. Like, it's like it would almost feel like Christmas if it didn't also feel like we were about to descend to hell.
Okay, we got to stop teasing the audience. Let's do this.
Yep, we gotta go.
Let's do this.
So it's just randomly quiet for the first few seconds.
Yeah, because he's stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a choice, though. It's a stylistic choice. It goes on for a while, though.
I mean, I'm wondering if like maybe he thinks there's like a theme song playing.
Yeah.
I wonder if he thinks there's a theme song or something.
This is your boy Bdell Rice Bay. That's who we're talking to. He's
Oh, does he
he's
have
got.
Bay at the end of his name?
Yes, he does. Yeah.
Okay. Or did you know about that before tonight? Did you know
No,
about the whole
no.
fight?
I did a deep dive into a whole bunch of this stuff because there's
It's a
a
lot
lot of crazy to go through
a
here,
lot
and
of woo.
and
We're
and
on
yeah,
32.
and so this fellow has 36,500 subs.
Which is low.
There are
There's a lot of
347 comments on this video, mostly positive. Really, that's thank you for opening my eyes. It's like, oh my fucking.
I left a
Wait,
comment.
how many people
No,
have
you
viewed
did.
the video?
See, I have a comment right here.
How many people have viewed
Oh.
the video?
Have viewed it?
This video could use an outline.
30,000 people have
Couldn't it?
watched this, and there are mostly
It could.
positive comments.
Oh, all right. Yeah, Carrie Ann, you know what you're doing. Yes, correct decisions. All right. So this is Bdell Bay apparently because he's a sovereign citizen slash Moorish American national.
He's
slash
a
whatever.
Moorish American. Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
I'm
and
sorry. Does
not
everybody
gonna
know what a
lie-
Moorish American is?
They're black sovereign citizens is the very
Yeah.
short overgeneralized way of saying it.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Yeah.
It's so fun.
Moorish. Let's see. We've got the Moorish American prayer. Allah, the Father of the universe, the Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my guide, and my salvation by night and by day through His holy prophet, Drew Ali. Amen. Fuck that Muhammad guy.
not gonna lie though, this guy's room, his bedroom, assuming this is real and it looks real, is super awesome.
It is. I
mean-
really admired. I admired the aesthetics, the whole program.
He's put a lot of work into this style and yeah, it works. So never let it be said that we do not acknowledge our opponent's strengths.
All right, let's
New to this channel, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that
do none of
notification
those
bell.
things.
But today I'm going to be breaking down the complexities of an electromagnetic pole shift and how everything in the universe works in divine order through the laws of physics, because everything in nature operates on a logistical cycle, which creates this dynamical process of a spiritual reset, an economic reset, and a planetary reset, right?
Okay, so
Was that was
eight
normal
clauses.
Got a lot of resets to go through. Okay. Ready now. Where's that drink? Wait a second.
Yeah, right.
Wait, was that on normal speed?
Yeah, I believe so. Hold on. Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah, that was on normal speed.
All right.
So this is basically Ken Wheeler, but younger, more stylish,
And crazy.
and possibly with like a background in either auctioneering or rap, like one of those two.
Oh yeah, Doc. No one knows.
Rap auctioneering. Hadn't thought of that. Yeah.
Well, I didn't.
Oh,
You know, I don't want to. He could be an auctioneer. I mean,
All right, let's go. It's
So
much more
with all that
crazy.
being said, we finna get straight to it.
we better.
We finna get straight to it. So now, when you're talking about the personification of a pole shift,
what the hell is the personification of a pole shift? Did he mention pole shifts in the previous debacle of a sentence?
No, this is new information.
There is no rhyme or reason, Chad. It is all is madness, all is lost. I hope you brought drinks.
when you look at a pole shift, these are basically the inception points, because a pole shift is
Inception
basically
point.
the
You
symbology.
gotta have them.
What the hell is an inception point?
You gotta
should I
have them.
start writing things down that
Really?
drive me nuts. I won't pause every time. I don't think we have time. But I'm gonna
We've
do
got
it.
35 minutes of video to get
Well,
through. So
I know, but no, I mean it's going to be hard though, because like he
Yeah.
fucks shit up every like half, like each half sentence needs its own like. It's really bad.
Yeah.
But apparently, an exception point is like pivotal to pull shifts. which I did not like when I was researching pole shifts. I did not notice at all. But we're about to find out.
He's gonna drop some knowledge on us. Is what's gonna happen, and it's
of magnetic north merging with magnetic south.
They
so
merge.
This creates a chaotic energy on the planet, which vibrates at 13.13 megahertz frequency, right? And 13 esoteric.
Okay. So on the screen.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Can you read what this resonance is for me, Steph?
13 decimal 13.13 hertz.
Hertz.
By the way, the H should be capitalized, but
it should be, but
yeah, it's totally fine. Not megahertz. He's off by a factor of 1,000,000. Just a cool factor of 1,000,000, but it could be a verbal flub. It happens to all of us. I'm sure his inception point is going to blow our minds.
I'll just say that's very deep bass. 13.13.
Yeah, I mean, right?
Anybody apologize for the triskaidekaphobia?
I was about to say, there was somebody in the chat brought exactly that word up, but I couldn't remember the word. But you do, because you're Stephanie and you know everything.
No, I don't, but I do know where the gin is.
Energy. And that divine feminine energy also is a fourth dimensional energy that creates a tetrahedron frequency on the planet to where the poles basically reverse itself to where it spikes up the Schumann resonance.
All right. The divine feminine energy creates something on
tetrahedral energy, divine feminine energy.
Inception point, and
Mm-hmm.
That's which is related to the fourth dimension. And that's
tetrahedron.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. That was the word I was trying to remember.
Energy.
Like, holy shit. Mm-hmm.
Now, yeah. Let's do this.
Right. So now, when you talking about the number 13 from that perspective, when you talking about
which perspective? perspective exactly.
This is the perspective of somebody who watches way too much spirit science.
Yeah, a lot of this in the intro vid, he's talking to a lot of things that Jordan mentions in that intro video with relating to space,
Merkabahs, tetrahedral energy.
Well, even when he's talking about like the feminine and the masculine energy.
Yep.
Yeah, Jordan talks about that because the Martians had the masculine energy,
space
and
Hebrews.
The Atlanteans, the space Jews, I'm sorry, had the masculine energy, and that's why they're so mean. Masculine energy, and then the Earthlings.
I'm imagining a bunch of rabbis in space. Come on,
Maya. Yes. One of the things that this guy has helped inform me about, and I don't think it comes up in this video, but it definitely comes up in some of his other videos, is that you, like all other Black Americans, are a Black Hebrew Israelite.
Oh yeah,
you are yourself.
People that I am a.
Well, this guy is not. This guy's not a Black Hebrew Israelite. He's a Moorish American.
What are you doing on my channel?
Different guy.
You'd be surprised. Did you look through some of his other stuff? Because I was able to find some stuff where he was.
Yeah, I was trying to make any of this make sense, and
well, how does he square that? It can't be both.
What?
You can't be a Black Hebrew Israelite and a Moorish American, because that way,
they're very overlapping. Actually, it's not a self-consistent ideology, because obviously, because that's not how facts work.
No, yeah.
It doesn't matter. We're going into a whole thing that isn't even about what this video is about, and chat's going to be if you guys wanted to do a sovereign citizen thing, do a sovereign citizen thing. But this is bad science Sunday.
Yeah,
that's right.
Not bad legal take Sunday. Let's do this.
The magnetic pole shift, because it's supposed to be operating at a 13.13 megahertz frequency, right? So esoterically, when you understand Vedic numerology, 13 in numerology is a sacred number, and it's a very karmic number in numerology, right? So this is why, due to the fact that the planet was in a state of subjugation due to a patrilineal patriarchal energy, that put the divine feminine energy out of balance. So everything in nature has a symbiotic connection with the divine feminine energy, and the divine feminine energy is coming back to take over the planet.
Did anybody catch any of that?
The Vedic was thrown around, karmic was thrown around. He's saying that it's very Indian. That's all I got.
Well, yeah, he's getting into some. I mean, he's using the terms, sure.
I'm not saying that he's being racist about it or anything.
No. I'm not saying that either. He's definitely heard some terms that he isn't applying consistently with the religion.
Yeah. Also, what is this source?
We're not getting sources. I'm just, I'm just going to spoil this now. We get no citations. It is
right,
just known. He is spitting knowledge. He is the original source.
No, the original source is image_12, and that's either a 6 or an 8.5.jpg. You can see it right at the top here.
I'm not convinced that this is from his own Google account. I could be wrong. But it's kind of stupid.
I mean, that's an understatement, Maya.
Energy that basically decimates the three-dimensional frequency that we're living in right now, right?
What the hell does that mean?
I got nothing.
So now, when you're talking about all these calamities on the planet, all these calamities is due to the fact that you have intrinsic solar radiation.
What are the calamities that he's talking about? Athlete collapses?
They're coming up. They're all sorts.
Yeah, no, and I think he's talking about climate change shit. But
yeah. Well, also just everything he's talking about. So this, you know what this looks like to me? This looks like somebody's skating rink, it had a reverse sinkhole. I don't know what that means.
That's not it. That's the Earth splitting in half.
I mean,
later.
It does. Later. To be fair, it does kind of look like that. If that happened to me, I would totally take a picture of it and then totally post on the Instagram that I do not have that the Earth was split in half.
Yeah, because
and I live in California, so yeah.
That's permeating the stratosphere and hitting the planet.
Hey, question for the whiteboard.
You see things like this going on.
Oh my God.
Okay.
I'm not going to allow him to. I'm not going to allow him
because we are going through a metamorphic shift. Everything on the planet is terraforming because now we're in the inception period of the 2023 to 20.
Very key to remember the metamorphic shift here, because what we're about to see a metamorphic shift that involves this sinkhole. And I do have a follow-up to, because he leaves pending the answer to what caused the sinkhole. And I actually have the ABC story on this event that happened in August 2013. Now, bear in mind, all of this shit is supposed to happen between 2020 and 2025. So this event that we're talking about here is catastrophic in August of 2013.
That's like 2025.
Yes, less 12. True.
Exactly. So, Maya,
I'm not quite 13 though. See, it would fit better if it were 13.
It'd be very karmic and Vedic and
stuff. Yeah.
Shiva, Vishnu. I don't know. Question, Maya.
Uh-huh.
Do you have the ability to do polls in chat?
Of course.
Because I wanted to ask chat, do you think that what we're going to see is going to be caused by, and you can wait until we watch it to vote, do you think it's going to be caused by magic or whatever bullshit he thinks it is, or not that. And then I don't know if Maya wants to add in a humorous third option. I vote to add a weasel supremacy option because I'm very pro weasel supremacy. You know.
The ferrets will be really pissed.
But let's check this out. So, I mean, to be fair, you kind of know what's going to happen. Probably you've seen this clip, but this is pretty nuts.
30 tribulation. So everything in nature is going to fight to take over the three-dimensional paradigm.
Taking over the three-dimensional paradigm. Thank God. Here we go.
It reminds me of that scene at the beginning of
As the waters swirled, the trees began to slip below the surface until they were completely consumed. The sinkhole is believed to have been created.
So like I said, the planet is terraforming and we're going through a metamorphic shift. Everything on the planet is starting to change.
So do you think that the planet is terraforming and going through a metamorphic shift and everything is going to change in like the way he means, not in like the you never step into the same river twice way, or like sinkhole maybe, or like man-made sinkhole, something like that, like a collapsing mine? I don't know. I'm just saying. I gotta agree with him though. It's probably aliens and or the Merkaba, something space Hebrews. So I'm gonna vote for magic. No, I forgot weasel supremacy was an option, so I'm obviously voting for weasel supremacy.
We've got 15 votes, and weasel supremacy is like taking over.
This is fantastic news. I never realized I had such a ready-to-go base to form a cult out of. Guys, I think I'm going to form a cult.
Well, you can't form a cult. Ember's already formed a cult.
I might try and join Ember's cult and rise to be his second in command.
All right, fine. Do your own cult.
It was left hanging what caused this. Now what we need to establish is it the fact that everything in nature is taking over the three-dimensional paradigm, or is it something a little bit more prosaic? And I do have my screen share thing going on here. And let's see what the local news had to say about what caused the sinkhole.
They moving, John. This is not an optical illusion. A stand of trees seemingly melting into this swamp in Bayou Corn, Louisiana, is being swallowed into a massive sinkhole, sucking everything down with it. Watch those trees again, dipping slowly at first, then quickly vanishing into the hole, which scientists say is more than a football field deep.
So that looked a whole hell of a lot like everything in nature taking over the three-dimensional paradigm, but
did the Anunnaki cause the sinkhole?
It might be that, or it might be.
Sinkhole is near an old salt mine. Workers were using water to dissolve and pump out the salt deep underground. Eventually, they pumped out enough to make the ground give way. Now the earth slowly moves into the cavern, causing ever-growing sinkholes above.
It's going to continue to grow until it finds a point where it can support itself.
The Bayou Corn sinkhole appeared a year ago. 150 households were evacuated, and now the state is suing the company that mined the salt.
All right, so you'll notice that the state of Louisiana, progressive state that it is, duped by the woke mob, is not suing the three-dimensional paradigm, but is actually suing a salt mining company.
It's mind control. It's mind control. You can't sue the Illuminati. It is known.
Yeah, I don't understand what they're not getting. I've been keeping track of the important notes this evening, and the most recent one number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is magic sinkhole.
Magic sinkhole.
Magic sinkhole. And so I don't know why ABC News is not going to be taking that seriously. Just like they don't take seriously tetrahedron energy and divine feminine energy and inception point. The other one I get more, but we'll just let that be.
Okay.
Anyway. All right, so I will stop sharing that. I think we've got the woke news version of what's really going on. But
indeed.
Because it's been galvanized by a Piscean Saturnian energy, right?
What? Did he say Piscean?
This is galvanized pale. I don't know.
Piscean Saturnian energy? What the fuck?
Saturnian nature must take back the planet because it's been galvanized by a Piscean Saturnian energy, right?
Holy shit.
Maybe he means
we're going to go to the flooding.
Go on. Sorry, I want to try and make my captions bigger, and I can't remember how to do that. Do you guys remember
maybe he means Scion? I don't know. Piscean. What the hell is Piscean?
Do you guys remember how to make the chat stuff like bigger or something?
Chat stuff? What do you mean?
The closed captioning.
Oh.
No,
I never even use those.
I know that you can do this. You can make this thing larger, and I don't remember.
So there's zero chance that he uploaded comments like a what do you call it? That he went in and
captions. You're right. But it would be
the closed captions are going to be as like off or like as confused as we are.
And you don't think that could be a source of great humor?
Oh no,
I do.
No, so I think it's funny what the captions do to what I say, but I'm regurgitating crazy shit. So
chat, I need chat, and frankly, I expect this to. I expect Titan to know this, even though Titan does everything telepathically, as far as I can tell. So maybe not. Right?
He did say "Welcome to my world," and I wonder what the hell he means by that.
I never know. The guy's.
I think what he's talking about is Scion. P-S-I-O-N. I don't.
Right. Yeah. No. All of these are just making other things. I'm just gonna let it
in Northern California.
Not gonna lie, these people are having a terrible day.
Yeah, but many people attribute that whole thing to ocean currents and the atmospheric river that kind of hit the West Coast and filled up the reservoirs again. Which actually, I know this is kind of not just mildly, but rather hugely inconvenient, but California was in the middle of a drought. It's not that bad.
Yo, California always be in the middle of a drought.
Well,
not so much. Although it's been pretty rainy around here this year. So,
but it is because of the pole shift near Nibiru and the three-dimensional paradigm and the midge and the midge. Don't forget the midge. Had to be the midge.
I can't remember what the midge is.
You don't know what the midge is?
I'm so sorry, Stephanie. Every time I do something like this, I feel like I've.
You know what the midge is?
Maya knows what I'm talking about.
All this calamity is happening on the planet is because you have fictitious icebergs, which is that was created by liquid nitrogen, and the liquid nitrogen is basically melting, and this is what's causing all the
liquid nitrogen come from, Mr. Man?
I want him to say what he just said again. The liquid, I mean, not actually. I'll just say it for him. The liquid nitrogen is going to be melting.
The liquid nitrogen is melting the ice caps.
but that's even that's even is that more wrong? At least what you said isn't problematic in a category error for what liquids are. Liquids can't melt.
Even in high school, and I'm old, right? In high school, they had liquid nitrogen, and they used to do this fun thing where you put a rubber ball in the liquid nitrogen, and it freezes the living crap out of it. You take the ball out of it, slam it on the floor, and it blows into smithereens. It doesn't melt the rubber. God knows it ain't gonna melt the fucking ice.
I melt other types of ice.
You miserably stupid person.
If you had, well, hold on. If you had an ice made out of argon or something, that's probably going to have a melting temperature of like a few to a few dozen Kelvin. Liquid nitrogen is going to be liquid way above that. So you could pour liquid nitrogen onto a certain type of exotic noble gas ice and have it melt it. But this guy doesn't know any of that. Because probably because whatever light show he has right next to the bed, like his pillows on his bed, it might be frying his brain, right? Like maybe
it's
these
good though
are like,
for reading. I think it looks
yeah, but think about it. That right there, that is some blue light, like some blue light. His quality of sleep, 0 out of 10.
Depends on what turns the fucking thing out, man. You can't say that the guy sits there all night long with the lights on.
Have you not been listening to what has been coming out of his mouth? I feel like I can.
Good point. Sleep deprivation might have something to do with it. I've got no idea.
Are you muted, Maya? I think you're muted, Maya.
Sorry. I was like, yeah, they're words. They're all words. But like together, you can't.
Together, they're a whole mess of words, and I put the emphasis on the mess.
I'm not even sure they're all words, actually.
Well, I'm confused about the Pisceon or whatever the hell that was, but.
All right, let's go.
But for the record, I just want to say that if I just like randomly just go off the handle tonight, it's Titan's fault. And it will in his defense, it will probably for everybody else be totally worth it. So, I'll take one for the team.
All things are Titan's fault in the end. Actually, no.
Not this guy.
No. In this case, my good Dr. Titan is off the hook because neither Titan nor Uranus is in question here. We're talking Nibiru.
Yeah, that right.
Okay. Yeah. So when it comes to where did Nibiru come from? When it comes to ancient Greek gods who got planets named after them. Titan and Uranus are off the hook.
Yep.
Desolation and calamity and the mass flooding on the planet, because the inception point in the inception period of the planet, it wasn't supposed to be cold on this planet. When you look at the Egyptian hieroglyphics, when you look at the Mayan hieroglyphics, when you look at all these hieroglyphics and monolithic.
Wait for it. Just keep going.
Structures all around the planet. It doesn't say anything about the winter season. Everything was based on the tropical energy.
Right.
Everything was vibrating.
Fucking there.
Well, did he just say that they
just wait, just fucking wait. Central America is in the fucking tropics. Egypt ain't exactly near the North fucking Pole. I mean, if you look at the hieroglyphs, they're in the goddamn desert. If you look at the fucking hieroglyphs in Central America, they're in the goddamn jungle. The tropical jungle, not the ones at the North Pole. Oh, it's like, what are you talking about, buddy? Buddy, you've got your geography way fucked up.
But
I guarantee you had them hieroglyphics up here in Maine, we'd be talking all about fucking snow. You dumb mother. It's so good. Okay, I'm done.
right.
I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah,
Operating at a high
say
frequency.
something, but Stephanie said it all.
Right. It's just I don't this guy. So I'd like to put forth my
Apparently I killed Al Trucker's headphones, which I really apologize. Send me a bill.
I don't know about
You
that.
won't get paid.
I find it much more likely that that Al Trucker's headphones had a modicum of sentience, and it was listening, and it just decided to opt out. It anymore. It was like, you know what?
Yeah, it's like no.
My warranty is expiring.
Fuck this shit.
Yeah.
See, because the inception of when the planet was created was based on the sun cycle, right?
What?
So the reason they created winter is because it caused
they?
Lunar
The
light
reason
lock
they
that
created
puts an
winter
encryption on your biological structure that
fucking
keeps you active light lock. The
Kalpa.
reason they created winter is because it caused a lunar light lock that puts an encryption on your biological structure that keeps you active.
Guys, hold on, guys. What are we gonna do about this? What we have is an encryption on our biological structure. That is going on the board.
Oh my god.
Encryption on. I'll let it keep going.
Acclimated to the matrix system because it's all but galvanized by the lunar cycle, because the lunar cycle was copulating with the Piscean energy, right? So now we're going to go.
Here we go with the Piscean energy again. What the hell is
the lunar cycle? Was copulating with the Piscean energy.
Yeah.
That might did he say copulating or populating? Whatever it is, it's fucked up. I'll tell you that.
I was in the middle of writing something on my whiteboard, who I'm going to have to apologize later because,
really
as
sorry.
you know, I am in a long-term romantic and somewhat sexual relationship with my whiteboard.
Oh man, I'm sorry about the splooge.
We don't have an OnlyFans, okay? None of that's happening on camera, right? But that has to be, hold on, copulation between the lunar cycle and the Piscean energy. I don't know what Piscean means. I don't know if I'm saying it right. I assume it means as pertaining to Pisces.
I don't think so. I don't know. I'm puzzled.
How can a
lunar
cycle?
Look at this guy's face. Wait,
well, I mean, we're in
this guy's face.
We're in the age of Pisces, so it would, quote unquote, make sense.
No, okay, well, that one adjective isolated might have a legitimate meaning. I'm willing to grant him that. What I'm questioning is how does a lunar cycle? We know what the lunar cycle means. It means it's pertaining to how things go in a cyclic fashion as it pertains to the moon. How does a cycle copulate with energy of any type? How does it? None of this makes sense.
And real quick,
you have to be a thing, like a corporeal object to copulate with another corporeal object, and generally, at least one of those parties has to be animate.
I need to tell Jake Nelson I cannot condone. This channel does not condone that level of alcohol poisoning. It's like every fucking sentence.
Yeah, no, I don't know what he said, but if he
Take a drink for every time.
No, you're absolutely, yes, read it. Put it up and read it again.
Oh, okay, sorry. Okay. Everyone does not have to take a drink every time he finishes a sentence that isn't an actual sentence, because that would be
No, that would be
sentence.
that would cause too many calls to the ER.
Even if you were drinking water, that might become problematic. Okay.
We have to go back in because he's about to take it over to the solar cycle and how the lunar cycle doesn't actually make sense.
So we started. Hold on, I just want to ask. We started on time tonight, right?
We did. We started right on time.
Okay, so we're 41 minutes in.
Mm-hmm.
We've gotten through 5 minutes and 10 seconds.
We're gonna need to let it roll some.
So this is
but isn't that a hate?
We're not getting through this whole video. I think we just need to understand that. We might get through 10 minutes. And it'll be enough. People will be lethargic.
Well, you got to get to the radio talk show nutter, but who he seems to admire, who tells us all about Nibiru and the whole thing. And we've got to get at least that far.
Okay.
This is what you're going to be looking at around the springtime. You're going to see a lot more extraction in our atmosphere, which causes this dynamical process of a high frequency when you're talking about these rainbows. And these rainbows are basically stargates and portals that's permeating our planet.
Yeah.
Whoa, where did that come from? Rainbows are
There's no time, Maya.
It's dynamical processes that are basically stargates in the rainbow, and the midge and the Quatupapas. It's
all processes are dynamical processes. That's what the word process and the word dynamical mean.
Okay, sure.
I'm not really sure.
Like button.
I'm not really sure that words have any actual meaning to this fellow, but he says them with a great deal of earnestness.
Well, I mean, I say words with a great deal of earnestness too, but I want him to earnestly end and stop talking. And I just want everything to be okay and make sense.
We're not even we are so this is the intro.
AR's got a point. That is how the gays do intergalactic travel through through a rainbow stargate.
So that's because you have Nibiru in our atmosphere, and they sending out light vibrations that basically raises up and spikes the Schumann resonance on the planet, right?
Right.
This is why all this stuff is happening. That's because
I like how he keeps saying right. He gets more into it as he gets further into this stuff. He gets into that ending every sentence with a right. And I find myself, or when I first went through this thing, found myself throwing things at the screen and screaming wrong. But
Stephanie, you can't do that. Okay. The
monitor, I know, it does damage.
Well, hold on. If you want, here's what we can do. We can we can crowdfund maybe for this show. We can crowdfund some plexiglass things to put over your screen and a camera so that we can see you when you chuck stuff at it. Okay, because that we gotta turn it into a thing for the audience, right? Would you chat? Would you be interested in seeing Stephanie behave violently by throwing things at a camera?
No, she just got that camera and
not
connected to the laptop.
There's the plexiglass. I went into the whole thing. It would be a cheap camera. It would be crowdfunded. It would be.
You've got.
I will never throw my elephant at the camera.
I didn't say your elephant.
You've got to stop doing this and hit the goddamn play button.
Frequency of the planet.
I can't do it, Maya.
And if you're not matching the same vibration of the planet, this is where you reap the benefits of a negative frequency because you're basically a parasitical entity to the planet. Because you're not.
For the record, negative frequency is not a fake thing. In physical reality, it is a fake thing, but in the mathematical formalism of a lot of physics, it's not a fake thing at all. I don't know really what it means. I've never understood it, but the math works out fine. So.
Harmonizing with the planet due to nanogenetic mind control, right? So now we're going to go to this other thing.
Nanogenetic mind control.
This high frequency of lightning, because this is real lightning. Real lightning comes from the structure and the foundation of the ground.
And the fake lightning?
Fictitious lightning is also...
Fake lightning comes from a Van de Graaff generator because my grandfather was basically Thor.
Yeah. Where's the fake lightning? Come on. Come on. Come on.
To the fact that it's a spark of energy that comes down from the stratosphere. That's not the real lightning. The real lightning comes from the frequency and the vibration of the earth. So I'm going to show you this clip here.
No.
Yo, that's
I remember studying lightning. I don't remember the frequency and vibrational of the
So
earth.
like I said, all these, anomalies that's going on the planet right now, that's because the planet is shifting, right? That's because the planet is shifting because like...
Right.
Right.
I said, when you look at this 0-point field chart, which is the Earth's pole reversal, that's because, like I said, 13 point.
For the record, I just want to say, 0 point field is not a term that I really know what it means. It may have a meaning though. I'm not sure. 0 point energy is a very common term, and I would like to give everybody in the live audience blanket permission. If you hear the term 0 point energy and you don't know if it's being used in a BS way or in a legitimate way, send me a message. Figure out a way to get Titan to give you my contact info, because Titan can give you my contact info, and so can my stuff. But
so I just asked Google what 0 point energy is. 0 point field is, and it redirected me to 0 point energy.
Yeah, exactly, because I don't think 0 point field is a thing. 0 point energy is, and it's one of these things that is a very real and interesting and subtle part of quantum mechanics that it can be very easily be twisted and warped into making it sound like you can just get energy from nothing. That's not true. It's not true. It's not true. Perpetual motion is... I would bet my life against it. I would bet your life against it. I would bet the life of everybody on this planet against it, and I wouldn't lose any thought over the issue.
Okay.
So yeah, but because it's so one of the reasons that I enjoy doing what we do on these Sunday evenings, but that it matters also in a real sense to me is that there are a lot of terms in quantum mechanics that have legitimate meanings, like 0 point energy in this case, not field. And it's legitimately very easy compared to a lot of fields of science. It's very easy to turn quantum mechanics into new age BS nonsense.
Yeah, there's a lot of scientism in the new age community.
Well, yeah, their version of scientism. It's like, if scientism is the position that science is the best and only reliable method of generating knowledge, no, I wouldn't agree with that. But the best, I might agree with that. I'm not sure I disagree with it, right? But
all right, let's see what else we've got.
13 megahertz frequency is a harmonic frequency that connects you to the space-time continuum. So you're going to have a pole reversal. You're going to have a shift in consciousness on the planet. So if you have, diabolical enzymes inside your biological structure, due to the fact that we have
diabolical enzymes in our biological structure because of the harmonic frequency. What the hell? Maya, why did
Oh
I
my-
say this was perfect? It was too
You did.
good,
You
Maya.
co-signed.
It was too good. It's too perfect. I'm going to have a stroke. I thought Stephanie would have a stroke, but Stephanie watched this in its entirety, I think, before I haven't seen this part,
You
chat.
haven't seen the whole thing? I'm telling
No!
you.
Oh,
No,
you
I
can't not see the whole thing. What is wrong with
Maya,
you?
I almost never see the whole thing. Chat likes to watch me suffer.
Oh no, and suffer you shall. This
I
gets
will.
worse.
This is so
Like I tell you,
painful.
so it gets worse. Hit the play
Oh,
button.
this is like if Titan were to like collate like if he were to like hire 5 candidates to make a video to drive me insane and pick the best one.
Yeah,
And
this
he
is
would
awful.
be-
It's literally, it's terrible. Like, it's just, and it gets so much worse. It's just, I hate to tell you.
We had the pestilence back in 2020. What's going to happen is when you're not matching the same vibration of the planet because you have a lunar light lock energy inside your biological structure from the what, I can't say it because
You know
they're
what
gonna
that
flag the page.
means is he's
They
trying
flag-
to not get knocked off the YouTube for being an anti-vaxxer. That it goes on.
Or
It's
an
like
anti-Semite.
yeah.
Or potentially a Death Eater. He might be worshiping Voldemort. I prefer to go with that one. I was reading Harry Potter fan fiction all day today, and I would prefer that whenever he says, "You know what," I'd prefer to think of Voldemort and Cruciatus Curse, and
Yeah, he can't
all
say
of that.
Voldemort because he shall not be mentioned.
Flag
And
the
that's
page and
exactly
try
what
to
he
say
is.
I said something that I wasn't supposed to say. But that basically threw off the anatomy. That put you out of to where you're not vibrating at the same frequency as the
He's gonna
Fibonacci
be
sequence.
blaming the
What?
deaths of athletes on the fucking vaccine. This asshole.
Stephanie,
gotta
I'm not
vibrate
going to
on the same
vibrate at the same
frequency.
frequency. As
You
the
gotta
Fibonacci-
vibrate on the same frequency as the Earth if you don't want your biological structure to be off balance.
I have to
Duh.
vibrate on the. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna play. I'm gonna take these off. I'm gonna let my hair down.
Because planet Nibiru is the 9 planet, and the 9 planet is a personification of non-ether. Non-ether is amalgamated with atomic fusion, and atomic fusion raises up the vibrational frequency of the planet. And if you're not matching the vibrational frequency of the planet, you're going to be decimated. So this is why the vast majority of people you see right now, when you're talking about these athletes, right? When you're talking about these athletes, since
Are we talking about the athletes right now? Oops, I'm echoing.
No, we're talking about the 9th planet, and kudos to him for that little bit of science that he managed to fit in there. Because Pluto's no longer the 9th planet, and what he's talking about came from a book called The 10th Planet. So, like, he has the capacity to understand science, and he just won't.
I don't like this.
from 2021 to 2022, you had over 1,300 athletes collapsed and died, because in order for you to play at the collegiate level, in order for you to play at the professional level, you had to get the you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
And this is not by
It's the Voldemort injection.
Mm-hmm.
If
That's
I go
completely what it is.
actually it is, I will become far too angry. It's the one branch of pseudoscience that just immediately just makes me angry, is the anti-vax BS.
Oh yeah, same.
And I'm not a medical professional, you know?
I'm not, but
my
I've been
father
working
was.
in the healthcare profession for like the past 15 years, and like, I mean, what they're doing, like, I like the people that I look after have to deal with that shit, and it's disturbing.
Yeah.
It's more than disturbing. I mean, having lived through the whole March of Dimes thing, my cousin caught polio and damn near died.
My uncle
affected his life pretty goddamn well. And I mean, people, seriously, you know, there's so many things. Measles was a thing. Mumps was a thing. Chickenpox was a thing.
Measles is just about the most like contagious disease that like exists.
And now we have measles outbreaks again because these idiots won't get their kids vaccinated. It's just, and measles is not fun.
No, it kills people. Not often, but often enough that it'll do it.
It's
like,
terrible.
I mean, if one person dies of the measles, it's one too many.
Exactly, because we fucking solved that problem. We solved that problem, just like we solved polio. Polio is technologically completely solved. The only problem is logistical, economic, and potentially cultural.
Right, and the cultural factor is the people that are too goddamn stupid to get the fucking vaccine.
With
if
polio,
you have to take vaccine, take it orally, 'cause you know the other way is more painfully. A little stay from my childhood.
Concept and the ideology that they are, falling out on purpose. You know what I'm saying? That's because they trusted the three-dimensional matrix system. They believed in everything they said due to behavior modification and the indoctrination process that they were socialized to believe, so they can make some money, right?
Yo, Ember, Maya, you guys should totally do that. That sounds like a really great episode idea.
Yeah, my head might actually explode.
Plus, it's not one that I'm familiar with, because my understanding is that anti-vax started on like the psychotic woke left, but not necessarily the racist portion of it. But if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
There's a lot of racism in medicine.
That's for damn sure.
If you don't know about it, you'd be surprised.
That's for damn sure. But my point is that the anti-vax,
there's the Tuskegee Airmen. There's that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if anybody knows this, but like back in slavery, they used to they had black slave women, and they used to like force them to go through tests, because they believed that black skin was, I don't know, it was like tougher, and black people can't feel pain. So if they cried out in pain, then they would beat them for, like interfering with the good doctor's time, because clearly like you're fine and you're just doing this to be ornery.
Yeah. Fucking.
It just, there's just so much.
I just mentioned the Tuskegee Airmen. For those of you unfamiliar, the United States government decided to do a little experiment on the treatment of syphilis, and it's a horrible case, and it's an example of why you don't do double-blind experiments when you know that one treatment provides a cure, and the other treatment, and no treatment at all, does nothing at all. And what they did was they infected volunteers with syphilis and waited to see what happened.
I didn't realize that was with the Tuskegee Airmen.
Oh yeah.
Well, because the main thing that I'm familiar with the Tuskegee Airmen, and it's possible that it's a different thing and I'm misremembering, was that they had a perfect record in World War II.
I think so. I think I remember reading about that.
They had they did not have a bomber.
Yeah, they were good. They were really good, and they were not. I mean,
they were the best.
If they had the worst record, they didn't deserve what they got. It's bullshit. But all right, let's it's a different story for a different day.
We are now diverted from, but this Yahoo over here, and I won't use what I should use that Maya urged me to use the other night, referring to a certain former Fox News commentator. But this asshole over here is actually, without saying what he's opposed to, is a fucking asshole.
doesn't know
is
what
the
he's
word,
saying.
does it start with an F?
No.
Is it fascist? Is he a fascist?
Over since 2021 and
He's
2022,
getting
you
his
had
talking points from them.
1,300
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
athletes, collapsed and died. And she just died recently. MMA fighter Victoria Lee, she died suddenly at 18, right? So this is not a coincidence. That's because, like I said, when you have, that lunar light-like energy that puts an encryption all over your biological structure, it's hard for you to take up on that intrinsic solar radiation. And that intrinsic solar radiation is being sparked
solar radiation
by the frequency of Nibiru that's sitting.
Your guess
go on.
It's as good as mine, Maya. Your guess is as good as mine. I have no idea what intrinsic solar.
He will tell you what is doing it. Go on.
Light codes to the planet, and you're not able to reap the benefits of the light codes if you have nanogenetic technology.
There you go, nanobots. Right? There you have it, right there. The nanobots. The nanobots cyborg. From the you know what. Technology.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
And this is another video I forgot to show you, because, like I said, everything on the planet is shifting.
He didn't forget to show us this.
This guy looks like a character out of Fallout.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't watch my stream sober, kids.
Especially not this one's rougher than normal.
Yeah.
The density of idiocy. We honestly we really. I guess we've made a lot more progress in the last few minutes, but still.
Everything, you got the inner sun. You got a 600 mile diameter sun inside the planet. A 600 mile diameter sun.
We have a 600 mile diameter sun inside the planet. Lights.
And that 600 mile diameter sun.
Hey, remember when you were asking me if he's a flat earther?
He's not, though.
The answer is no, I think.
No, he's not a flat earther. No, he's
well, I mean, you know what? I didn't think the last guy wasn't stating overtly flat earth. Like, I mean, he was a flat earther, but he wasn't. It was just really weird. I mean, it's like if you want to piss off both sides, you would go with whatever the fuck it was he was doing. And this guy, it's weird, and I don't think he knows he's doing it. He has a lot of flat earth ideations that he's kind of imposing onto a globe Earth.
And what the fuck is this? What is this spaceship thing that he never gets around to? He doesn't talk about aliens in this episode at all.
Well, no,
he's talking about a fucking.
Nibiru equals aliens.
It's intrinsically Nibiru.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that could well be.
Oh, yeah, Ember, have you seen our episode on the Hollow Earth? Maya very kindly, when I came back from vacation in Florida back in like March or April, we did an episode on my return about Hollow Earth, and it's a whole thing. Hollow Earth is really unique amongst all of these nonsense because the Hollow Earth people tend to be weirdly competent at making visuals. Anyway,
they're just weird.
Yeah.
Sun is raising up the vibrational frequency of the planet as well. So this is where the 7 trumpets come into play.
And now we get really weird. This is where it gets extremely weird. As if it hasn't been weird so far. Now it's getting real.
But we told you it would get worse. We did promise that.
I don't remember that. I don't remember you promising that. Why did I agree to that?
This is where it gets extremely weird. And I went through. I tried to track down some of the Moorish American thing, and it's like This really isn't in their stuff, so I'm not really sure. This guy's. Well, I mean, crazy.
I don't know.
Crazy is fair.
I don't know. Sorry, I'm responding to something in chat really quick. Let me just press play.
You got the 7 seals, which also equates to the 7 trumpets, which equates to the 7 bowls, right?
I know it.
So
right.
the 7 seals is acclimated to monotheistic religion, right?
What?
So you have a great
Acclimated to monotheistic
right now.
religion. Yeah, you
First you got the
sort of sit there
white horse,
and
red
soak
horse,
for a while.
Yeah.
black horse, pale horse, martyrdom, and great tribulation in the heavenly signs, right?
Yeah.
And then in the 7 trumpets, you got the green and grass, 1/3 of the trees burned up, and then you got 1/3 of the sea becomes blood, 1/3 of the waters turn bitter, 1/3 of the sun. And
that's a lot of blood. Like by volume, 1/3 of the seas turning into blood. That's a lot of blood.
Yeah.
I might have to do a video where I like follow that calculation to the end.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, right. Like
that would be good.
It's like a what if style, like XKCD style.
I'm telling you, Michael, you would find that if you did a video on the mathematics of the Book of Revelation, it'd get 50 million hits.
I
mean,
that's a persuasive argument. Actually,
I'm telling you, it'd be huge.
That by 10,000, that's a lot of hits.
Hey, don't let him stall. We are listening about the trumpets
the moon and the stars do not shine, and then you got locusts, and then you have the beast military power, which is acclimated to the corporate legal fiction of the de facto corporation, which is what
that was
the corporate legal fiction of the de facto corporation.
That's sovereign citizen nonsense. That has nothing to do with anything else he's been saying. He just decided to take sovereign citizen language and just jam it into his theology and metaphysics. Just really just go.
Wait. It's like he had a lovely feather of sovereign citizenship and decided to do this.
Yeah,
drop it into the conversation.
just whoop.
And just carry on.
Carry on, my wayward son.
There we go. He is definitely wayward.
Why Donald Trump is the 19th president, and he's going to be restored on March 4th.
Another sovereign citizen.
Yep.
19th president. Yeah.
Oh God. I press play.
President, because whoever's the president is the one who controls the military. You also have the 6th.
That's true.
Yeah.
Seal,
keep going.
Which is a 200 million man army, and 1/3 of mankind killed. And 1/3 of mankind killed. When you look at that Deagle publication that came out, that's supposed to be coming out. It already came out, but it said that in 2025 that at least from 50 to 80% of the Earth's population could be decimated by 2025.
That's not what the word decimated means. Just for the record, but that is a nitpick, because at this point in common use, decimated does not mean destroy 10%. It means like just utterly wreck. So that is a nitpick. But Titan probably liked it. So you know what? I'll take what I can.
Yeah, Pond, check into the sovereign citizen crap. Yeah, he's the 19th president because some of them don't count.
I
don't remember exactly how they figure this bullshit out, but most
of the time they at the earliest they stop. Maybe it's the Civil War, but even then, Civil War is number 15 or 16, depending on.
Lincoln was number 16.
Exactly. But well, I guess.
Yeah, I mean.
And then on the.
I don't know if you. if you know about Team Skeptic does a lot of sovereign citizen videos and they're hilarious.
Oh, I love Team Skeptic. Yeah, no, but it's one of the like if our show wasn't like bad science oriented, I would totally have suggested the sovereign citizen angle. But
Well, it's political
that's not
science,
our
so
angle. That's true. That well, is it though?
we'll talk, guys. You know what? I'll do a poll in the chat. We'll see because
We
we
could also
got a lot of people that come for the science.
yeah.
We'll see.
7 Seal.
Team Skeptic is great though. Van Bellion is another channel. Great. All the sovereign citizen nonsense is great.
Well, on the 7th trumpet, you got the kingdom of God is declared, right? And then when you go to the 7 bowls, you got the swords afflicted, those who accepted the mark of the use of the beast, which is when you're talking about the so-called you know what.
The you know
right?
what? Yeah. Good old you know what? Yes, right.
Does he mean the Jews?
No, he means the fucking vaccine.
Oh, he does mean the vaccine there.
A lot of people took that, you know what, so they can reap the benefits of monetary gain because everybody got to pay their bills. So that's how they supplicate your emotions and transmute it over into a weakness. So now they got you to where you like, oh, I got to pay my bills, or I got to keep up with my career. Oh, I'm a professional athlete and this is my purpose. So I got to get this, you know what, in order for me, you know, to play on national television, right? And then on the 2nd bowl, you have the sea turns to blood. All sea creatures die. On the 3rd bowl, you have the rivers turn to blood. 4th bowl, mankind scorched by the sun. Now, I need you to understand something. There's a diametrical difference between a man and mankind, right? The original man is conducive to the energy of the sun because he has a carbon makeup, right?
What?
This is extremely weird. There's a difference between man and mankind. This was hard for me to. This was extremely difficult for me to parse. What the fuck are you talking about?
Okay, that sentence on its own. There's a difference between man and mankind. I have no problem with that isolated, and I don't think you do either necessarily, right?
No, I don't.
From a rhetorical and linguistic point of view, it's his whole point that none of what he's saying makes sense is the problem. you at no point are you able to be like, okay, yeah, I followed that. I'm able to like maybe give him the benefit of the doubt in the next few clauses that he said. And you have to break it down by clause, not by sentence, because this guy can take a sentence and then commit a hate crime against it and jam like 18 totally unacceptable clauses into that poor sentence.
Seriously.
It's a crime.
Mankind isn't conducive to the sun because he was part of the genetic splicing process that took place in 4086 BC.
Mankind is an individual he.
The genetic splicing sequence project that took place in 4081 BC by I believe Jacob, I think he goes on to say. It's just what
on the island of Patmos by Yaqub, right? So that's why I said man and mankind is not the same thing. Mankind is a kind of a man that was genetically spliced by people who was already on the planet first, who are the Anunnaki, right?
The Anunnaki
have the 5th bowl, which is the beast, and the seat of the government is afflicted. The seat of the government is already afflicted, right? Because you just have the Pope who just died.
What does that have to do with the other thing?
Just roll with it.
I mean, he's like, okay, mankind are the things that were spliced by the Anunnaki, and the Anunnaki were already here. And then he starts talking about the government, and I'm like, is that man? I don't
something Bill Gates.
Well, it might be.
Oh, Bill's going to make an appearance. Don't you worry.
Might be like something Rothschild.
Space Jews.
Oh yeah, it's definitely space Jews.
Controls monotheistic religion under the youth infrastructure system of the de facto corporation, which leads to the military because it's conducive to the canon laws and the Inquisition, which makes you
10 Americans would be dead in 1 year.
Oh no!
a professional raise volcano system, right? So this is also conducive to an economic reset.
Okay, I think I skipped a little bit, but honestly,
Yeah.
we're better off for it.
Well, he did. He was on the tip of Donald Trump being the president in March of this year too. So
This year.
that didn't work.
Do you remember where we? I feel like we can't have been too much beyond this.
So that's why I said man and mankind is not the
Yep.
same thing. By people,
There we go.
I don't know that he made that.
already afflicted, right?
I don't know
Because
that
you just have-
argument was well founded though. Like, is that like? It kind of seems like a non sequitur.
Maya. Now it's
Has
possible.
there been one single fucking sequitur in this complete nonsense? I mean, that's
I was
talking about.
the way I would have said it as none of his arguments have been well founded, but I think Steph really hit the nail on the head.
I'm really trying to figure out how man and mankind are different in this man's head, and like he's not talking about.
Well,
the
he
same
explains
thing.
it. He does explain it. It's really bizarre, but he does explain it.
He says words.
We got 3 people on panel, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many of us are a man?
All of us, or except Steph.
Are a man?
Are a man?
Are you a man?
One, I think.
I'm thinking like when we're talking about man.
No,
like,
yeah,
we're talking
no,
about like Adam. Adam was man.
Wait, hold on. Do you think that Maya isn't human? I mean, not Maya. Do you think that Steph isn't human? What?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just
part of mankind. Part of mankind, not a man. Okay, that's the way it works. So
I mean,
that's not what he's.
He does not believe that, and he does not believe that, and that is not what he is.
Not what he's talking about. He's talking about the distinction between and it's bizarre.
Human, like what I hear is the distinction between human and mankind, or man and human. Like I'm not. That's what I'm trying to figure out. What he's talking about. What is human or what is mankind?
Okay,
like,
hold on. I know the answer to this though. I know the. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what he's talking about. I'm gonna let him play though. Okay.
Afflicted. The seat of the government is already afflicted, right? Because you just have the Pope who just died, who controls monotheistic religion under the youth infrastructure system of the de facto.
This just in: the Pope controls all monotheistic religions.
Oh, all of them. Did the rest? Did the non-Catholic ones know?
I mean, I assume that the Jews and the Muslims know, but I mean, if racism is to be believed, they're not as smart. Wow, that felt really just bad coming out of my mouth, even though it was a joke. Sorry, I don't.
Yeah, it's kind of grim.
Yeah,
but these people are kind of grim.
Yes, it is, but it's like sometimes I like to say a thing and I'm like trying to make a joke, and it's like, man,
yeah,
even I want to take myself like out of context there. Wow.
Which leads to the military because it's conducive to the canon laws and the Inquisition, which makes you a prisoner of war, right? And then you have the Queen that just died. She controls the financial sector with the Rothschilds banking system, right? So this is also conducive to an economic reset. And then on the 6th, you got the Euphrates River is dried up and the world armies gather for Armageddon, right? Then you also got the Mississippi River dried up. Then you on the 7th bowl, you have the earth is utterly shaken. So like I said, now I'm going to be showing you this video, and it's going to be this guy. He's going to be talking about how it's going to be mass calamity on the planet, and it's going to be due to the inception of a lot of volcanoes on the planet. And most of the volcanoes, they say that we can have 1,000 volcanoes a day in 2025.
1,000 volcanoes a day?
Okay, now we need before we proceed on, and he does do this thing about this guy that and the gentleman's name is John Moore. He doesn't really introduce Mr. Moore, but John Moore is John Moore, the Liberty Man. John Moore has a website called thelibertyman.com. I would not recommend, unless you want to be, I don't know, by setting yourself up for odd suggestions from the AI or whatever Google's using these days. The Liberty Man, John Moore, is a radio talk show host, a former private detective, a guy who used to serve in, I hate to say this, our country's intelligence services.
Oh my God! Why?
It's like, oh no, really? It's like, oh Christ, this guy. Anyway, the Liberty Man is a veteran of the U.S. Army, Special Forces soldier, homicide detective, private investigator, speaker and trainer, and he has been on the Nibiru trip since 2012. He has predicted the end of the world several times since. I think since we're still here talking about the asshole, it hasn't happened, folks. The world is still here. Believe me. Unless we're in the simulation. Oh, shit. No.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
Oh, we need to do one of the streams.
Okay, I'm really sorry for saying. Well, no. It's okay.
Don't jump into the future.
Back in reality. Okay. So anyway, John Moore he's a prepper, a disaster horror. He insinuates that all the intelligence agencies in the world are saying that Nibiru is going to cause all sorts of troubles with the Earth, and the United States is going to get flooded, and you should take your I actually watched a 2012 YouTube video, much to my chagrin, by this guy. It's very short, but still, it's short and disgusting. About how you need to pack up your fam and travel into the hinterlands and hole up for a couple of years while the Holocaust comes. God's revenge comes. Anyway, that's where this guy is kind of going for his scientific information.
I mean, if you wondered.
Well,
and we've been blessed with the Lord Jesus' presence.
I'm just gonna the
John Moore Show Rumble 7 months ago. John Moore Show Prepper Survival Freeze-Dried Foods 927. John has a chance with Simply Clean Foods and Dr. Philip Myers for the first hours. So he's selling people a product based on fear. He's selling fear. He's pumping out fear. He gets people scared to death, and then makes bank on them because they are too fucking scared to think.
Can we sell fear of these people? I mean, I'm just sitting here very comfortable with the fact that my headphones have slipped down into a position which blocks my eyes. I'm happy. I'm quite happy.
You gotta hit the play button.
Yeah, right? You gotta hit the play button.
You can have up to 1,000 volcanoes in 2025, and they say by 2028 you can have up to 1 million earthquakes a day.
Who the hell is they?
Idiots.
John Moore and his assholes.
Well, yeah, that's fair.
Right. So now I'm going to show you this video.
Over it. Damn it.
If I can find it, there you go. This video is a name by a man by the name John Moore, and this video came out around 2016, and he talks about how Nibiru is coming. That's because I told you Nibiru has the light vibration frequency codes to raise up the vibrational frequency.
It has the codes to raise the vibrational frequency.
I hate them so much. Why are my glasses on the floor way over there? What happened to me?
Because you hit yourself in the head, that's why.
To 13.13 megahertz frequency, right? Let's go.
Right.
All right, we're back.
Oh boy, I don't know what's happening
Here we
here.
go. We have a radio talk show host up on the stage, scaring the shit out of his audience. And by the way, buy all the freeze-dried food from me.
Also, this, if we were playing bingo, this right here would immediately be filmed on iPotato for bingo.
Oh, we're real quick. We have 20 votes in, and the chat hates you. They are all saying that yes, we should. We'll say all. We got about 90% of people saying yes, we should do a sovereign citizen stream.
Wait, hold on. You started another one though after the one that you included Weasel Supremacy in. Or
we did that already. That was already done. We talked about that.
Hold on.
Weasel Supremacy won the day.
Yes, it did. Fantastic.
They're fighting.
Okay.
They're fighting. Stand by, everybody. There will be progress here eventually, but Andy and Maya are having a spat.
Okay, so we got to do sovereign citizen. We get to do sovereign citizen.
Yeah, we get to apparently or something, some such
Maya,
nonsense.
Maya,
we'll work it out, sir.
Maya, I'm the one who loves to do flat Earth stuff. Okay, for me, the bar, as I love to say, is subterranean.
It is.
I kind of like that. It's like a cavern or something. Do they have good booze?
They do after a repeat. Yeah, I mean it's BYOB, and if you're a repeat visitor, then you made it past the first time, and you realize the importance of BYOB. The people who show up and they're like, "I didn't bring anything, I'll be fine," they tend to opt out after a while, as it were.
Yeah.
Here in Prague on July 22nd, 2017, we're going to talk about the effects of the Nibiru flyby, Planet X, Wormwood, the Destroyer, and
you
how to prepare
started
for it.
pushing this tip in like 5 years previously, dude, and nobody's seen any of this crap. But and you've been using the same goddamn map since 2012. It's Jesus fucking Christ. Go ahead, roll the tip.
Here's the effects. There will be iron oxide cover.
Notice the map behind him, by the way. I'm gonna pull up the map when this video is over, but
because this map right here is extremely illuminating.
Just notice the map is behind him, and this video came out in 2016. 2016.
17. You just said
so
17. You dumb shit.
It's not a conspiracy theory.
All the waters of the planet, fresh water and salt water both. That will take.
Wow. Okay. This right here, this audio is unwatchable audio. And I was very specific about my words there.
Yeah, exactly. Bring your own bollocks. I think that's about right.
Right? No, you're totally right. Oh.
I love it.
Oh. DKH, you know what? You should join us. This is madness.
I don't know how many days, but days, possibly weeks to dissipate. We could have winds when the
you could have
jet
what?
stream comes to the surface.
Did he say winds?
Winds. Yes, winds. Yes, winds. Bad winds.
Yeah, I suppose out of all of us,
it's a hard rain gonna fall, man.
You would be the person most apt to recognize the word winds in difficult to hear contexts.
This happened here in the Czech Republic. What was that? About 10 years ago, when that forest got wiped out, the straight line winds. Anybody remember that? Come on, somebody do.
Go fuck yourself.
Straight line winds, maybe 100, 150 miles an hour for the better part of a day. Lots rocks the size of automobiles and trucks, rocks the size of this auditorium. We don't know when they're going to hit or where, but that's happened before. Meteors, rocks. And I got a pointer. All right.
Yeah. Wow. I found my dick. Oh, neat.
I'll tell you what the U.S. Navy said. I got this pointer. I might as well make use of it.
Oh no, I hadn't heard that one.
Hold on, let me back up. Let me back up because I also missed it.
All right.
Well, I my mind went to the gutter, and I'm sorry, I've got a dirty mind. What can I tell you?
Oh, hey, really.
My mind was born in the gutter.
I'm sorry, really quick. So my girl Christy Santiago is here, and she's an amazing human being. So I have to warn her to not come sober to my streams.
Yeah, you can't
I love
do
you too
that.
much to kill that many brain cells. It's a bad one today. All right, as you were. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna pour a little liquor into this
I'll tell you what
glass for my brain cells.
A little? Maya.
I'm almost through. Yeah, I'm almost through the bottle. It's a long stream. It's a long stream.
Yeah.
It's been an hour and a half.
If you have limited resources, then yes, ration yourself. But if you have unlimited resources, I don't want to hear little when you talk about pouring yourself liquor. This is this is a code.
Yeah, like
zero.
Right, we're talking heroic doses here for folks.
Right. Like on the real though, like don't watch the stream without alcohol. Like I understand if you're like an alcoholic or something. Bring
Obviously,
weed.
yes.
Bring weed. Yeah.
Inebriation is recommended though, and inebriation can take purely social forms. It can take
I do think that Purple has a point though, in that the content of this stream could be considered to be sufficiently brain numbing that one could achieve an altered state simply by listening to the nonsense. So
it's true.
There's that.
It's
true.
Know,
maybe you don't need to get high on false drugs. You can get high on the real thing. This nonsense that they're talking about.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was trying to say by saying inebriation could be purely social.
Yeah.
You should not subject yourself to this on your own without pharmaceutical aid.
Or a guide.
Or a guide, but then that's not without pharmaceutical. But then that's social. Is my point. That's my entire point. Is you can have somebody guide you through it, and that can be that legitimately can be very helpful. It can also be hazardous. Gurus can be bad.
Well, the Lord Jesus has entered the chat, which is rather nice, and basically being a braggart, so I never needed a boat. Fuck you, dude. You walked to the goddamn boat. You walked out of the boat and then you came. It's like you calmed the waters for the fishermen that were out there. Fuck off. Guy. You think you think you're some kind of fucking mariner. It's bring it on, but fuck you.
Everyone, we have to do it.
I know Jesus was a sailor when he walked on the water, and that's all Leonard Cohen, and that's all really great. But come on.
But Jesus, Stephanie is an award-winning sailor. What have you done for humanity, huh? All right, moving on.
U.S. Navy said, I got this pointer. I might as well make use of it. New Madrid, Missouri is about right there. The most dangerous.
I don't see his pointer. Where's his fucking pointer?
Dangerous seismic zone on the planet.
Why is this so cropped and small and tiny and weird?
Because
it's like my dick.
What? No.
That was a grade A self-own, Maya. You didn't have. You
really like stop it. This is Look, this is not an OnlyFans. We're talking about stupid people, not penises.
Still, it was a grade A cell phone.
1812, there were hundreds of earthquakes. 3 of them made church bells ring in Philadelphia, right up here. That's about
What?
700, 800 miles.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the energy from that seismic zone goes north and south and east.
I got to
very
admit
efficiently.
something. I
Does
just
not
got to
go
admit
west into
something.
the
Every
ozone.
time I see one of these maps that shows where I live underwater, I get a little bit. Shit, that sucks. That's too bad.
Yeah,
That kind
right,
of blows.
right up there.
Right up in there, yeah.
In the vicinity of what I recently learned, chat, are called the Calendar Islands.
Yeah, indeed.
Because
there are 365 of them. Hold on. Please. Let's turn on Casco Bay. Let's turn off Ranger.
I legit
there they are.
I had no idea that the area by Stephanie had this many islands. I think she's right behind her. Yeah, she's got the.
Yeah, I'm. Let's see. No. I'm right about.
Pull her up, Maya.
I'm about right there, just past the. Well, that's the Cousins River, and that's the Royal River. So
Stephanie,
I'm right
stop
kind of in there.
doxing yourself.
I know. I don't care.
Here's the problem.
If anybody goes on fucking, if anybody wants to know where I am, they can
exactly.
Easily.
All 3 of us, of the 3 of us, I am the one who least goes by their real name online.
They can still find you.
And they can still find me because it's not even actually up today because Vandy is up today. I go by Vandy, by the way. Mike and Michael are totally fine, but I go professionally even by Vandy. Like everybody at work calls me Vandy. My advisor in grad school called me Vandy.
This is end of stream type shit. Play the goddamn video.
Because right here, there's a ridge of granite.
I'm inebriated. I had to get through this.
Click the play button.
That acts as a blocking
mechanism,
as a shock absorber to absorb that energy. The U.S. Navy says that when this inland sea is formed, the weight of the water will trigger 3 9-point plus earthquakes, which will wipe out St. Louis.
Speed this asshole up because he's really terrible.
A lot of devastation.
That's why I tell people all the time: it's imperative that you have an escape plan, right?
Well, this has got to be slowed back down.
I understand y'all want to go.
The video was fine, but he says too much shit.
Yeah, but
party.
We're not getting through the whole video. Give that up.
Florida, you want to live on the beach. A lot of you know what I'm saying? You got a lot of people from New York. You just want to stay in New York. You got a lot of people who live in Chicago. Y'all want to stay in Chicago, but it's time to wake up to reality.
Chicago.
What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? When it's time to move. What you gonna do when you don't have an escape plan? What you gonna do?
I would give this young man the same advice. It's time to wake up to reality.
Wait, shut up. I have been endorsed by the Lord Jesus.
The Lord Jesus.
Yes.
Oh, congratulations. That's awesome.
Let us pray.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you for endorsing my friend, the Immaculate Stephanie Atkinson.
You know, you could be endorsed too if you'd start a fucking channel.
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
It's too late because during the time of mass evacuation, right? You know, the roads and everything is going to be blocked off. So like I said, man, it's time for people to wake up and start, get away from this ideology of I want to live my best life. You know what I'm saying? It's not about.
Yeah, because wanting to live your best life, that's terrible. Don't do that.
You got children, right? We all got children. You know what I'm saying? It has
I don't have children.
Nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? So in order to reap the benefits of staying safe.
Yeah, do that. September.
Yeah. Sub to Ember. Hey, one of the mods, can you put Ember's link in the chat? There might be somebody here that does not know about him, and God forbid. All right, I'm sorry. Hit the play button.
You know what I'm saying? You got to think of an escape plan, right? So like I said, I understand why people, you want to live off the coastlines and the nice weather and everything, but you got to get away from that mindset. It's time to get away from that mindset. It's time to wake up.
There's going to be earthquakes all over the planet. I just happen to know about that seismic zone in North America. Volcanoes are going to kick off. Lots of volcanoes all over the planet.
What do you know about seismic zones in North America? First of all of the places that disappear are not in seismic zones, except for the Cascades and the West Coast.
Yeah, nothing on the screen has been seismic zones.
Well, unless you count New Madrid, but it's like, no, I don't think so.
Years with no summer, which would wipe out the growing season, of course. When these oceans come up, all the ports, most of the goods on this planet, automobiles, trucks, raw materials, petroleum, food, is moved by ship, by large cargo ships. No ports. There's no way to load and unload the ships. Probably for years.
I don't know about that. Like if you had an enormous ship off your port, off your coast, and you didn't have any facilities to unload it, I don't think it would take years to be able to start getting the stuff that you needed off that ship if it stayed still, right? Like you could build a bridge. The Romans were able to build bridges in a matter of days, and we have the internet now. So, to be fair, we also have flat earthers now. So, yeah.
They're stupid.
What I tell my listeners on my radio show is the best thing you can do is to become part of a farm. We have an expression in the States we call a hobby farm. That's a farm where the fruits, vegetables, produce, milk, meat, whatever it might be, is meant for consumption on the premises, not to be sold to make a living. Obviously, if you have extra eggs, you sell your extra eggs, but primarily for consumption by the people on the farm. I recommend people have a 2-year supply of food, which easily, if you're just starting out, by the way, learning how to garden, the first garden you plant is probably going to be a disaster. You can almost count on that. The second garden you plant, you may get enough food to get you by maybe for a season. By the 3rd or 4th year of gardening, you're learning how to actually raise enough food successfully to get by.
That's why it's imperative to understand that, common custom precipitates culture. So that way, because you become an autonomous body to where you can deviate from the system to where you can be self-sufficient and grow your own food, right?
What?
So that's
wait,
why
is he a breatharian? We did a show on this.
Wait, I did not get that from what he just said.
You can have an autonomous body, and you don't need to eat or something. He said.
I think he meant politically. I think he meant politically, an autonomous political body, or cultural or social body.
No, he's not breatharian.
Yeah, I don't think he meant that. Yeah, I mean,
no, this guy, both of these people are totally into disaster porn. They're just 100% into it. It's like, and whether it's Jesus coming soon or Nibiru or something's going to wipe out the fucking planet, and you need to be scared. You need to be frightened. You need to be scared as all hell.
Steph, look.
You need to take care of your family. You need to be doing all of this stuff. And it's just this relentless drumbeat of be scared, be very scared. Don't trust anyone. Don't trust society. Don't trust your fellow humans. Don't do anything. It's just, God.
Look, you said it's fear porn.
It's depressing.
And this is kink shaming. Damn it.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Roll the tape.
That you gotta, we gotta get out of this mindset, including myself, to where we gotta start, looking towards a system to where we can, we can be a lot more sustainable on our own.
For a full year. It's an ongoing process. I'm not a gardener, but the gardeners I know, whether they've been gardening for 5 years or 20 or 50 years, they're still learning. It's an ongoing process being a gardener.
What's wrong with him? I'm not a gardener, but I'm telling you, you should be a gardener. It's like, fuck,
be a gardener.
Fucking face. Seriously.
Well, I'm not. Wait, I am though. Hold on. I'm not a sailor, but you should be a sailor. Yeah.
Yeah, because Stephanie is an award-winning sailor. And hey, the Lord Jesus, what have you done for humanity lately?
He doesn't need a sail. He can just walk.
Just walk.
don't know why
Yeah.
my camera keeps going all fuzzy. It's weird.
It
That
happens
is
to the
weird.
best of us.
Roll the goddamn tape.
You don't want to be within 100 miles of a major city.
Maya, to be clear, there's not a chance in hell that we're finishing this video. That's fine.
Yeah, I know, but you guys are talking about like
Which would be
inconsequential
basically 200
shit.
kilometers. You really don't. There's going to be hungry, desperate people looking to feed their children. Now, movies and novels focus a lot on healthy young males going about and causing problems after a disaster like this, which, of course, would be a lot of it. But I'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen, a 25-year-old mother with a hungry 1-year-old is going to be just as dangerous as a gang member. She will do whatever it takes to get food for her child.
I'm pretty sure this is
It's just human
racist.
nature. People will do whatever it takes to feed their children.
I
The farther away you are from a major
I
city,
see where
the
you're
more
coming
likely you'll be.
from. Sorry, I'm in the other
Pretty
room.
much a given.
I don't think it
I mentioned
necessarily
earlier
was
today
though.
the skills a person may want.
As a white cis man, and therefore the
Talking
final
about emergency
arbiter
medical treatment skills.
on
You've got
all
first aid,
such things.
CPR, that's cardiopulmonary resuscitation.
To be clear, that was said.
You got advanced first aid.
Why
Now,
did you
state-
pause? To be clear, that was said in sarcasm. Sorry. Shall I play it, or did you want to comment?
Yeah.
We have
Steph?
what we call
Yes.
Would you like to comment on gardening communism?
No, I mean, again, this is all. This guy's entire shtick is about as being a prepper, about being. He doesn't like the lefties. This whole thing is just like, well, it's a distraction from real issues that are really facing. It's like, all right, see that map? That could be a map of a world with a 300-foot sea level rise. Not quite as extreme, but okay, fair enough.
I mean, it's obviously
But
a map.
that shit that we need to pay attention to. It's not Nibiru. It's not the. It's not the flipping of the magnetic field of the Earth. I mean, these are, again, it's the same shit that we run into time after time, except that this guy is a whole lot more word salady and less scientific than almost any stream we've ever gone through. I mean, it's just all garbage that's coming out of this guy's mouth. But both of them are ideological idiots that want to distract us from working together to actually solve problems with the tools at our disposal that are part of science. This is why it's a bad science. It's terrible, and it's propagandistic bullshit to scare everybody into such a frenzy that they can't focus on, well, this is what's real. This is what's happening. These are the things we need to do about it to ameliorate the problems that we're causing ourselves. And some of those problems are what? I don't know. Not being able to get along so that we can work together to solve these fucking problems. It's like, well, you should hate these people over here because they're XYZ. You should hate these people over here because they're XYZ. And meanwhile, pack yourself up, pack your family up, get in the camper wagon, and go off to the fucking hills. It's like, come on, people. Get real. And they're not getting real. And that this guy sits there and they're saying the same thing that I'm saying right now. Get real. This is coming. This is disaster. This is terrible. But for completely different reasons. They literally want to alienate people from each other and stop us from working together. They're like God at Babel. Oh no! If these people actually communicate with each other, we won't have dominion any longer. And it's just such garbage, and it drives me nuts.
How do you hate a guy who like so clearly shows that the United States has a dick? Like he's showing it off there. It's almost like he's proud.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's
I mean,
mostly that's Florida's fault.
if I
Though.
had such a proud and prominent dick, I'd show it off too. That's where
I did
Ron
it again,
DeSantis
didn't I? I
lives.
got serious in the middle of this fucking stream. But anyway, yeah.
Roll the fucking tape.
Emergency medical technicians, which is entry level. In the States, it's 1 semester of college to become an emergency medical technician, EMT. 3 more.
Nothing this guy is
semesters of college
saying is wrong. You should learn all of this stuff.
to become what's called a paramedic, which is typically the highest level of training that you find on an ambulance in the States. Getting that training now, while you can, would be a really good thing. We have what appears to be luxury of time. That might be a complete illusion. But we have what appears to be luxury of time to learn CPR, to learn emergency medical treatment, and get the equipment and supplies you need. Now, if you attempt to use medical equipment you're not qualified to use, you can hurt somebody or even kill them. Pretty serious stuff. So when you get your training, get medical equipment equal to your level of training. You get more than you can use, more than you're qualified to use. It can be quite dangerous. And get lots of it. When these ports are closed, and it'll be on both sides of the Atlantic, when all these ports are underwater, there's not going to be spare parts anymore. That's not going to happen. The chance of the power grid surviving nationwide in the States or in many of these other countries is pretty minimal. And of course, I should mention there's other threats above and beyond, or in addition to, a Nibiru flyby. One of the main ones, of course, being the consequences of a coronal mass ejection, which is the worst one.
Sorry, a giant planet flying very close to to our planet would be a problem, which is what a Nibiru close pass would be.
Mm-hmm.
It would basically be like when Theia hit the Earth, except if it didn't hit the Earth. I mean, if it unless it did. A coronal mass ejection is categorically not one of the associated threats.
No, because the sun don't give a fuck about that shit.
Exactly. A coronal mass ejection is entirely determined by the random fluctuations of plasmas and magnetic fields and all the stuff on the sun, and
not only that, it happens all the fucking time.
It does, and if one were to be aimed at us, I guess chaos theory, I can imagine that maybe it wouldn't happen, because that's a real thing. Chaos theory is a real thing, but yeah, no, they're just wrong. No.
What happened in 1859? Or a man-made EMP, electromagnetic pulse. The coronal mass ejection, quite frankly, could be far worse than a man-made electromagnetic pulse for the following reason.
That is true, potentially.
Sure.
You don't worry about it, though. You should not live your life worrying about either a coronal mass ejection or an electromagnetic pulse. Both of those are physically legitimate ways that could.
But I mean, you could worry. You really could worry, and there's nothing you could do about it. So fuck it.
Yeah, exactly. There are people who should worry about that. Nobody in our chat, I imagine, is one of those people.
And that pulse is strictly line of sight. It can't go around the surface of the planet, around the curvature of the Earth. Coronal mass ejection, if it's powerful enough, can go all the way around the planet, knocking out the power grid worldwide.
See, there's a delineation between a CME and an EMP. Now, CME is caused by the electromagnetic frequency of Nibiru, raising up the vibration of the planet.
That's stunningly wrong.
Wow.
Yeah, it's completely wrong.
Wow. No, it's like a wrong contest. Holy shit.
Yeah, like Maya, you were like, that is just obviously completely BS. That's not what Nibiru doesn't have a corona.
I don't even know what to say to that. It's just every word in the sentence is just why are you in here? God damn.
I want a nice crown. That would be good. I'd like a nice crown too.
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't we all?
If Nibiru gets a corona, then I get one too. If Titan gets a corona...
Hold on. Wait. Steph, you can't sit here in 2023 and ask for a corona. That's just asking.
I sure as fuck can.
I mean,
look at it, mate. If I can ask for a fucking... Sierra Nevada has become
Ooh.
Oh my word! I'm invisible.
that is
But
nice.
if I can ask for a Sierra Nevada, I
That's
can ask
amazing.
for a Corona. Give me a break.
My
Yes.
point.
Watch responsibly, kids.
I'm just saying. I'm not a superstitious person. I don't believe in magic, but I
Do you
don't.
not
I don't.
believe in
I don't fuck
Jesus
around with
is
that
in the
shit.
goddamn chat.
Yeah,
I
I'm not
know.
gonna break a mirror. I'm not gonna walk under a ladder. I'm not gonna do any of that
I'm
shit.
sorry, by the way, for my blasphemy earlier. I'm very, very sorry.
I mean, what
I
she really
hereby
means,
blaspheme
Jesus,
against
is
the Holy Spirit.
yeah. We're blasphemers
Well,
over here.
even
and that-
Jesus would
that's
probably
me.
admit that the Holy Spirit was a dick. He calls him dad, but he did. Look, he fucked his mom and then ran away. What the hell? I would think Jesus would be a little bit pissed off about that.
Well, the Gospels did say it came upon her.
Yeah.
And creates these extraction of solar flares that hit the planet, and it can knock out the grid. So a CME has the ability to knock out the grid at a holistic level all over the planet. EMP is man-made. It can only touch on certain geographical areas. It won't be able to knock out the whole grid all around the planet. So that's how you know if it's something that was constructed by the Luciferian military system, right? Or if it was something that was
The
constructed
Luciferian
by,
military
Nibiru.
system.
In some ways, a nationwide
because also remember I told you Nibiru is planet 9. 9 is also a numerical component to non-ether, and that non-ether connects to everything on the planet through atomic fusion that raises up the frequency of the planet. That's why.
What? None of that means anything. None of that is.
No, it means
what?
absolutely nothing.
I mean, yeah. I
But
mean,
you
okay.
see how
Like
these
even
two-
like let's just say even if it was the 9th planet, like we made all this shit up.
Yes.
Like,
That
we
is true
decided what
always.
planets were. There are a bunch of fucking rocks in the solar system. Like,
Do you see how the fuck up
I mean,
pipeline
not even
is
in the solar
connected?
system. There's a bunch of fucking rocks that orbit the sun, and so like, why the 9th
Well,
planet?
that's the definition of the solar system, though. So
Well, no, there's comets and
those orbit the
storm
sun.
clouds and
Which
yeah,
orbits the sun.
but they're not in the solar system. Stop it. You're gaslighting
They are.
me.
Those are
Goddamn
all in the
bastard.
solar. Yes, they are. Those are all part of the solar system.
What? The comets?
I'm
The
pretty
Oort
sure.
comets? Anything
Maybe
that orbits the sun
it's
is in the
possible.
solar system.
It is possible that you are correct and I am wrong. It is possible.
All right.
I am pretty sure
Okay,
though
when
that
I talk about solar system, I'm talking about anything inside of the Kepler belt.
inside or including the orbit
Yes.
of Neptune.
Jesus, I just want to tell all you people I'm inside the D Kuiper belt, which includes the hot dam.
Yeah, so like I don't know, like when I'm thinking
Well-
of a planet Nibiru that like supposedly orbits the sun every 12,000 years or 13 or whatever, what the fuck ever. I'm not thinking about that as being part of the goddamn solar system. And you guys can include that if you want to, but like holy shit, this is stupid.
Well, I'm gonna just go all full cousin it at this point in the stream, and
Right. Just as long as you hit the play button.
Yeah. We got 5 minutes. 5 more minutes. How far are we?
A tetrahedron energy. And that
yeah,
tetrahedron
no,
energy
it's not happening. It's not happening tonight.
So what? Keep going.
back in
Keep
balance
going.
in a 45-degree angle. 4 + 5 is 9, right?
if it had to hit Europe or the United States or South America, could in some ways be worse than the Nibiru flyby. The estimates for the states, for the United States, is 9 out of 10 Americans would be dead in 1 year if we had a nationwide power outage. Think about it. I don't know the numbers for Europe, but in the United States, 8% of the adults in the United States are diabetic. You've got another percentage of people who need heart medication, other people who need medication that keeps them from rejecting organ transplants. All kinds of life-saving medication that after electromagnetic pulse would be gone. The typical prescription
But I need
is
to
30 days.
understand something.
By the way, these are all actually legitimate things that he's bringing up.
Sure.
If you did have a nationwide power outage and the entire country did not have power for 1 year, pretty much everybody with diabetes would be in an extremely bad situation, and most of them maybe would be dead.
They deserve it.
Sure, but none of that's going to happen.
Wow.
Do you have any idea
happen
how many
on-
fuckers follow these people? I mean, between like Gina and Roger and who did we look at last week? Like, it's too many
And
fuckers.
none of that shit's going to happen on account of the reason these people are bringing, reasons these folks are bringing up. Conceivably, it could something not necessarily to that scale, but we shouldn't, we should.
All
We
right.
should be aware of threats that actually exist, not imaginary goblins in a closet somewhere. Which is like there are threats. Global
Yes.
warming is a threat.
EM
The inundation of ports is a threat, but there are ways to address the threat
Yes.
without saying pack your bags and head for the hills. It's kind of stupid.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm digging my whole vibe right now.
Excuse me.
I feel like if I were to if you put me full screen, I feel like I'm a solid 8.5 out of 10 in terms of the total psychopath you wouldn't want to see in a dark alley sort
Yeah,
of way.
insanity totally works well in you.
Right?
Oh,
Yeah,
hi.
I am a male Bellatrix Lestrange right now. That's what's going on here.
No, brilliant.
Yeah, sure, we'll work with that.
I apologize for referencing a transphobic IP, but
All right. Look, hey, we have hit 2
The
hours.
author's a transphobe, but
it's bigger than her. Yeah, right. Culture is bigger than the person who makes it.
Sorta.
Anyway.
All right, so we have hit 2 hours, and that's all I'm going to inflict upon my audience.
And your co-host. I mean, look at me. Just look at me.
Well, look,
I know. Look what you've done. Look what you've done.
No,
Look what you've done.
You approved the video. He said yes. This is perfect. Those were his words, and we inflicted this upon Stephanie. Poor delicate soul. She just came in here for a laugh, and
no, I'm good. I'm actually good. And we've got P-Town in the chat. So
P-Town's here. Hey, P-Town. P-Town.
Who summoned P-Town?
Together. I like P-Town.
I don't know. It must have been at the before
you assholes in there chanting?
Before we go.
P-Town.
I'm sorry. Hi, P-Town. Welcome to
Yes, I will do P-Town 100%. I endorse your idea right there. Even
nobody endorses anything P-Town says.
I endorse it. I like
abortion is not bad.
P-Town and I get along splendidly. We get along amazingly. We've always gotten along very well.
P-Town. But you got to stop voting against my rights. I am a human being, god damn it, and I would like to live. So if you when you can do that, then Oh, and Stephanie also is a goddamn human being who would like to live. So when you can, I will happily be kinder to you if you could stop voting against our rights, because we just want to live our lives the way we want to live our lives, and not the way you or people similar to you would like us to live our lives. Please and thank you. But you're always welcome in my chat as long as you're not saying hateful, bigoted shit. So everybody welcome P-Town. But also Christy Santiago is here, and Christy is an angel sent from heaven. Anyways, Steph, who are you? Yes. Where are you? And what do you have coming up this week?
After tonight, I'm really not sure. Here, I'm Stephanie. I am a sailmaker. I live in the neighborhood of the nautical chart and ply said waters on a frequent basis, principally Tuesdays and Thursday nights, racing sailboats. I live actually kind of in that neck of the woods. Oh, this neck of the woods, right around there somewhere. And I'm a denizen of the internet here and there. I have a channel called Steffi Cath, and I'm up to 133 people like my shit, which is kind of stupid, but if anybody does, please come over. Every now and again, I post something up. I've showed my most recent appearance on in a larger format was yesterday on Skeptic Havens, Women Atheists Unload. We were talking about misogyny, and that was kind of cool. But yeah, and I'm not sure what's coming up aside from work in the sale loft and a lot of sewing that I really need to get done. But I might throw something out.
Okay. Well, we will keep an eye out. And P-Town, keep that super spirit up. And the rest of you, like, I don't give a damn what you're being told by the right-wing media. Get out there and vote. God damn it. Doc, who are you? Where are you? And what do you have coming up this week?
So this week, I, like last week, 2 weeks in a row, crazy. I actually do have something going on. On Thursday, I will be appearing on Ember's channel, and I put a link in the chat. I think it's going to be at 6 p.m. Pacific on Thursday, if I recall correctly, or something thereabout. And we haven't really discussed in particular what we're going to talk about, I suppose, but I know that the thing that precipitated us talking and like arranging the thing was Ember did a thing responding to Jason Lyle, the astrophysicist and shill for young Earth creationism, about the one-way speed of light problem. And I have what might be a slightly unpopular opinion in the community, but I think the one-way speed of light problem is legitimately a puzzle. Jason Lyle, his conclusions and the way he applies it, completely wrong, complete nonsense. But the issue itself is an interesting one, and I will try and educate myself more on it before Thursday. But yeah, go check out that show and subscribe to Ember.
Indeed. And all right, so I think we what am I doing? I lost a lot of stuff. Okay, and so I think we agreed Friday, 9:00, 200 sub party. Or
yes.
Is it all right? That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Yay! So I know Ember is still here, I believe, and Jay is still here. You guys are invited. Actually, everybody's invited.
Everybody's invited. Who's not invited?
You guys, like all of you, every single one of you, got me to 200, and I think we duped 5 more people tonight.
So I see 203.
Oh my God! What fools! You fools! You fools!
No, I am so excited. I started this channel. And I said this last week. I started this channel last week when I was going through my divorce last year, when I was going through my divorce, and I was. God, I never divorce, never go through a divorce, never marry. I don't fucking care. It's just it is the worst experience ever. And I just needed to feel normal, and I needed to feel love.
It's not too hard to be married. It's much the simplest of crimes. It's not too hard to be married. I've done it 3 or 4 times.
Jesus, you're welcome to come in if you want. You got some splaining to do, Lucy. But if I shut up, I'm talking. God damn it. Look, I was at a really low point, and I want to thank each and every single one of you for being here. That I've been in the community since I think 2017, and I never went live because I never felt the need. And I felt the need because I needed to be surrounded by love. I needed to feel affirmed. I needed to feel something besides anger and despair. And you guys were all there for me. And I will never, ever forget it. I love you. And I want you in my 200 sub celebration stream because I did this for you, and you all contributed to making me feel like a whole person again. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I love you. I'm sorry, were you saying something?
I don't think
We
so.
love you too, Maya. We're so glad you're here.
All right. Well, I'll let mushy stuff aside. I'll see you guys all Friday, 9 o'clock. Be here or be square. Bye.